to talk.
Okay. We're recording now.
Yay. We missed all the good stuff. Show is over. Good night.
I know.
Good night.
Should have hit the record button 5 minutes ago. If you only knew.
If you only knew what was happening in this room. Mm-hmm. Joseph was participating.
I'm not a guest.
Not anymore. What's up, Aaron?
What's up, Summer? We're at the Common Desk in Deep Ellum. That is not a sponsor or an endorsement from their part, but
whatever.
It is a shout out from the Tamale Mafia podcast because they have an awesome space, and we're using it today.
And they provided
record.
tacos today.
Kinda. I mean, we had to buy them, but you know, they did provide.
Don't tell anyone.
Well, they were delicious. They were worth the money for sure. Those things are huge.
I love how you've talked about food a lot on your show. That makes me very happy. I was like, ugh,
really?
Let's talk.
We can talk about food for sure.
Let's talk about.
It's one of my favorite topics.
I know. Like I made notes about how.
My show makes you hungry.
Let's talk. I was going to say.
First of all, before we get too far into this, let's let the people know who you are, who we're talking to.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! See,
Yeah.
I'm so bad at this.
You are Summer. Summer
Yes,
Ayala.
I'm Summer. Hi.
Hi, Summer.
Nice to meet you, Aaron. It's good to be
We've
here.
met before.
I know. I know. This is the
No.
new me. Okay.
Well, I haven't met this version of you.
This new person.
It's been
It's been a minute.
a couple years,
Probably
a year, a little over a year.
I have
The last
no
time I saw
idea.
you, it was like the first episode of this podcast had launched. I had released it that morning.
I know you've
And
been
it was
busy.
a Wednesday because I was here at the Common Desk for Wind Down, and you showed up.
I was like, yeah, that wind down. I was probably here. Yeah.
Yeah, and that
I
was,
haven't even been to wind down in a long time.
that was a year ago. So I haven't seen you in a whole solid year and a couple months.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I kind of disappeared.
Because it was right after that. Well, that was actually like right at the beginning of you pulling back. Mm-hmm. That was like at the very beginning because we briefly touched on it, like I think in a Facebook message after that, because I was like, hey, it was good to see you today.
Yeah, like what the hell was wrong with you?
Also, yeah, there's some things going on in your life,
Yeah.
I'm sure. And then you were like, yeah, and then we talked about it.
Yeah, I like peeked out into the world again. I was like, nope, going back away.
Yeah.
I don't like it out there.
Yeah. So, but now you're here.
Yes, I'm halfway done hiding from the world.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about that.
Okay.
But not right off the bat.
I have a whole list.
I know. Summer sent me a document, a Google Doc of notes, bullet point notes, categorized.
If you know me, that's not shocking.
Bullet point notes broken down into subcategories. The first category was random shit.
That's completely accurate of my whole life. Like first, a lot of random shit.
Random shit.
And then talk about serious things. And then have some fun.
Yeah. So
I have to do that, see, because my brain is wild constantly. So I have to sit and just bullet point everything. If not, it's over here and over here and over here and over here.
That's how I am. And I was trying to explain it to my son the other day because I was telling him, I was like, dude, if I got on some medication, which I'm supposed to be on like ADHD.
Nobody needs that. That's fine.
I could probably focus a lot better.
Nah.
But
You just be a zombie.
well, I was medicated before and it kind of made me a zombie a little bit, but not really bad. Like what it did is it made me super focused and I could see like, oh, the trees are green for the first time in my life. Like I could actually notice.
That's a different kind of drug, Aaron.
It wasn't a hallucinogen. I wasn't hallucinating trees. There's trees in my bedroom.
What was your doctor giving you?
I don't know what it was, but I ended up in a class action lawsuit for it.
And
I got some money out of it.
That's what I'm talking about.
I got like $8 out of it. It was awesome.
Winning.
Yeah.
So rich.
Maybe 40, but it was
8
not that
and
much.
40, whatever. It's the same.
It was 48.
It's
Okay.
the same amount.
Yeah, it wasn't that much money. But I got off of the medication. My son was like, Dad, did you quit taking the meds because you didn't like how it made you feel? And I said, no. I quit taking the meds because I didn't like how it made other people feel about me.
Yeah.
And so I felt super focused and really good.
Yeah.
Like I could think clearly for the first time in my life, but I was also more calm. I wasn't as like all over the place.
Yeah.
And so I was more calm. And then when I would get kind of all over the place, the people around me in my life would be like, did you forget to take your meds? And I was like,
It was a joke.
like okay.
When other people start realizing how you're acting, yeah.
Yeah. And so then I was kind of a little bit like, fuck you. Because if you're, it's almost like they were relying on how I was medicated to be around me. Like, you're easier to be around when you're medicated. So I was like, fuck that. Like,
I'm going to be me.
I'm just going to be unmedicated and scatterbrained, and you're just going to have to deal with it.
See, if you don't medicate, then you're just like that, and people just have to deal with how you are.
But I could
whether
probably
they
get
like
a
it or not.
whole hell of a lot more done in my life if I was
Who
a little...
needs to do things, Aaron? Nobody
Because what
needs
happens
to
is
do
I get, like you're talking about, I get so many ideas. There's so many things happening at once in my brain.
Yes.
I don't know which to pull from first. And then when I finally do decide to pull from one, I'm like, okay, I need to work on this. And then I'll go sit down at my desk, and immediately like 30,000 other things happen in my brain. And then I get overwhelmed. I'm like, I don't know where to start. I don't even know what I was thinking of. Or I'll get like 5 minutes into a task, and then I'm like, there's this other thing that I really want to do better now or more now. Like I have more desire to do that thing now.
Yeah, you
And
have
then I'll
to
go
kind
do
of
that.
learn to prioritize. I've learned a lot about that from Joseph. And whenever you...
Who's Joseph? Joseph Brewster has been on the podcast before.
Joe Brew is what I call him. My friends were cracking up about that because I just got Jonas Brothers tickets. And I was like, yeah, I have this friend. His name is Joseph Brewster, and I call him Joe Brew, and I don't think he appreciates it.
He's probably been called a lot worse.
Same.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Joseph had been on the podcast before. We talked about masculinity when he was on the podcast. Yeah, it was. I ambushed him.
It was a little bit of improv.
I was like, "Hey, have a seat right here," and then I just
You're like, masculinity, go!
like transformed the table into microphones and stuff popped up.
I like transformed
We're gonna
the
talk
table.
now.
Yeah.
Podcast begin. He was like, "What are we talking about?" Don't worry about it.
Everything and nothing at the same time.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to ambush him because I wanted to get his unfiltered thoughts. You know what I mean?
That'll give people a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah.
Probably. Definitely. Why do you think I made all these freaking notes?
I know, but you know that there's only like 3 of those things we're actually going to hit because I got other ideas of where I'm going to take you on this.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm sweating now. Oh, God. I didn't prepare for this.
This is an unscripted, unedited show.
Well, I try to think about what, like the things I'm asked all the time and like what people talk to me about and kind of where I'm at.
Let's rewind a little bit. Let's rewind
Okay.
time. Okay, let's get in the DeLorean.
Let's skip
Let's go back to 1980.
3 years before summer was even a thought.
Yeah, let's go back to, that's when I was born, 1980.
Okay. So you were thinking about me. You're like, oh, in 3 years, summer's going to come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For 3 years, all I could talk about was summer coming. My parents thought
They were like, what the hell are you talking about?
My parents thought I was really into summer. They were like buying me tank tops and shorts. It's like, no, summer's coming.
I love summer shirts. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, let's rewind.
So do you make some notes of your own?
No, there's
okay, good.
No, this show, I do have show notes that I use from time to time. They're kind of a generic, like, I'll put like three little words to kind of trigger me to think of something that I was thinking of. You know, I don't like write a whole bunch of stuff out. The only thing I really script is the actual outro of the show. So at the very end of the show, I play Lim's music, And then over Lim's music, I talk like this Smelling Mafia podcast is brought to you by me. You know, and I do all that's scripted out. But
Yeah.
nothing else on the show is really scripted, or edited for that matter.
I was hoping that maybe some would be edited in case I say something stupid on accident.
Well, you know, if it's something like dude,
Let's be honest.
I really can't say that. Like, I shouldn't have said that, and I can get in trouble for saying that. You know, I'm not gonna stick
Yeah.
it to somebody.
True.
I'll edit
Be like,
that
too
out.
bad.
Yeah.
Sucker.
Or if there's like a sneeze or something in the middle that's gonna really take the listener out.
Say,
or
I
kinda-
may burp or something. I just
Yeah.
scarfed like 2 tacos.
Well,
Let's be
sometimes I'll
real.
even leave the burps in
Be
and
real.
stuff like that. I'm just like,
They would
you know,
be
who
really good
cares?
though.
It's kind of raw.
I used to have burping contests with band members when I was married with men. And I would have burping contests and I would win most of the time.
Wow.
Let's talk about who Summer really is. Let's talk.
Yeah. Okay. We're off topic again. Let's go back. We were in the DeLorean.
Tacos.
We went back to 1980. Fast forward 1980.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? My throat just did
I
something.
did.
'Cause I'm
It's the
drinking this
boba tea.
Boba tea.
The boba got you.
I'm not editing that out. That's going to stay in there. The listeners are just going to be like, what the hell was
Beautiful.
that?
It's real.
So, okay, Summer was born in 1983.
Yes.
And
It's
then,
going to be a long podcast because we got 36 years to cover. And a lot of it was bullshit. No, I'm just kidding.
And then, what happened first
What do you mean?
after you were born? What happened next? You were born, and
I
then
don't
what happened?
know because
Oh.
I don't remember anything. Except for one time I went sledding at my aunt's house in Missouri on a trash can lid because it was snowing. And that's pretty much all I remember.
Okay, earliest
When I
memory.
was little. Yeah, I think
Only
so.
childhood. Your one childhood. I remember
That's
anything
it.
until
That was my childhood.
and
Done.
then I was 25. I went sledding, and then I was 25.
Yeah.
Okay,
Then I had a kid and then
but
drama.
where was Summer born?
Oh, Phoenix, Arizona.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know
Don't tell anyone. I'm a Texan.
that. Okay, so you were
I'm really a Texan.
born outside of Texas, but you transplanted.
Yes. I moved here when I was 2.
Oh, okay. So you're basically 100% Texan. It's like 99.8% Texan.
I consider myself Texan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I welcome it wholeheartedly.
Have
And
you-
I have the accent and everything.
Yeah. And you've been to other states? I'm assuming you've traveled some?
Yes, when I was 14, I moved to Seattle for a little bit. My mom shipped me off to live with my dad, who I had never met.
Oh, wow.
So that was fun. Yeah, I was like, here's this 14-year-old. Take her.
Your turn.
And then I was like,
Tag,
I don't
you're it.
want to be here. It rains all the time and it's cold. This is not my area. And it sucked. But then I found out I had a little sister, which was way cool, and a younger brother. So I actually have 3 siblings that a lot of people don't even know.
Oh, wow.
That except for my sister, I've visited her a lot and she's come here. Usually when she flies here, she has to have a flight that's at 11 p.m. or before 11 a.m. so I can take her to Whataburger after we leave the airport.
Oh, yeah. Taquitos?
Honey butter chicken biscuit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's real. She plans her flights around Whataburger breakfast time.
Yeah.
Definitely my sister.
That makes total sense.
Yeah,
Yep.
Everyone should do that, right?
Yeah. There shouldn't even be flights outside of those times.
Outside of the Whataburger breakfast.
You're coming into Texas, they should only happen at night.
Exactly. So you get breakfast. Yeah. See, food, again, rules
Yes.
our lives.
Yeah. Okay. So you lived in Seattle.
For a minute. I think honestly, I don't even remember how long
Not
it
that
was.
long.
I lost a lot of my memory 2 years ago when I got really sick, but we can talk about that. So I don't remember a lot.
Okay.
I remember a lot of bad stuff, of course.
The
And
stuff that
then-
tends to stick.
Yes, the stuff that tends to stick. And a lot of talent stuff because I did acting and modeling when I was little. I started when I was 5. So most of my memories are from all that.
Yeah. Okay. So this is kind of what I want to get to.
Because that's where we were.
1988.
Yes, that is. I just had to do math real quick. You know that meme that says don't ask me to do math. I literally can't.
Yeah, I
I
can't
just
either.
don't.
I failed college math 6 times. So,
What?
and then that's no joke.
6
And my son
times?
was like, "Were you trying all the times?" I go, 2 of them.
Kids love to shade.
Yeah.
They throw so much shade.
I tried for 2 of those times, okay?
It's hard. It really is.
And then I dropped out of college because I was like, fuck college. I can't do math.
I took enough classes for you, so you're covered. I think I took too many, and they were like, "You've got to stop."
I was out of classes. Like all the other classes, the fun classes that I wanted to take, I'd already done.
Well,
all I
and
had
some
left
of
was
them-
math and science. I was like, fuck both of
Oh
those.
yeah, those are pretty bad. I took physics, and that
Ugh.
was, I don't even know how. I'm not sure how I even took that class. It was one of those where the book didn't cover anything that was in the test, and then the homework was completely different from the test. So when I was taking the test, it was online at home. It was like a crash course. I took that like an idiot. Physics, like a 2-week course. I was like, this was dumb. I just thought it was going to be, gravity and stars and stuff. I don't even know what I was thinking. I just had to pick something besides.
Gravity and stars and stuff.
Obviously, I didn't pay attention, okay? I barely passed that class. Autumn would help me do my homework because it was really cool, though. It had this space simulator app that I would put on my computer. And it was really cool, and you could see the distance between the planets and, like, new planets that were popping up, and you could kind of act like you were an astronaut, floating through space. It was really cool. I left it on my computer, and Autumn would play on it because it was so cool, and she would do that part of my homework with me.
I would play on that. That sounds fun.
I barely passed that class, but I ended up still somehow getting an A. I'm not sure how, because I failed all the tests.
Wow.
Because I didn't know how to do any of it. It didn't make
You
any
failed
sense.
the test and still got an A?
Yes, because I did so well on the homework and all the extra credit and
'Cause
all
you
the
didn't-
group projects.
It's because you didn't drop the class.
Because I didn't drop. They were like, she's trying. A. I know.
Okay.
School was so fun, though.
So
I love school.
1988,
Oh, God.
you were 5. And
I had a really bad haircut, too.
But you started in modeling, right?
My mom cut all my hair off because I had ringlet hair, and I would cry. I have pictures of me sitting on the sink, and I'm just like, just bawling my face off because my hair was so thin and curly, and it would just kill me. And so she got really pissed off and just cut all my hair off. And I cried again because it was so ugly. And I was like, I don't want to be a boy. I'm a girl. I don't want to have short hair. So I think maybe that's why I'm so obsessed with having long hair all the time.
Yeah, that's a traumatic
It was
childhood experience.
I have quite a few traumatic stories that I could tell you. Little ones and big ones that would make me do stupid stuff like keep my hair very long.
Let's start with the little ones.
We don't want to get that serious over here. We're just at Common Dusk.
Okay, so you got into modeling when you were a kid, right?
So my
pageants first or modeling first?
pageants first.
Pageants first. Okay.
Yeah, that was one of my random facts.
Honey Boo
on my
Boo.
list.
You like a little Honey Boo Boo?
Honey Boo Boo. Yeah. Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that.
Like you do the singing and dancing. I'm a Yankee Doodle
You know
dandy.
what? I don't remember any of it except for the dresses. I don't remember any of my pageant stuff. I remember the pageant I did when I was like 17 for Miss Teen Dallas, but I don't remember any of them when I was little.
Really?
But I remember this big peach dress, and I used to wear it to school all the time because whenever I would spin, it would kind of float up, and I loved that dress. I was super extra when I was little.
Really?
I would wear pageant dresses to like first grade, and
Yeah. This doesn't surprise me at all.
I know now that I'm
Summer
like,
was extra when she was little, really?
it's like maybe this is where I get my like tutu and crown wearing from. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so when I was little, we were in the car, and when they used to post castings on the radio, way back in the day, this is like vintage castings. So they would post it on the radio, and we were sitting at a stop sign, and they said, there's a casting for Nabisco at blah, blah, blah address. It was in this big warehouse. And we went in there, and I sat on this guy's lap, shoved crackers in his mouth, and they were like, that's it, done. And it was the job. Like, they recorded it, and it aired during the Rose Bowl, and I got paid like a ridiculous amount of money, but it was like $100,000 or something like $10,000, something like that. I don't even know how much it was, but I do remember I had the biggest bag of Oreos I've ever seen in my life. I walked out with the big giant bag of Oreos, and I was like, okay, bye guys. And it was like it was like this big.
Okay, how old were you when that happened?
5.
That was your first gig?
Yeah, it was a national commercial. And then I got signed with Clips Management, and my mom became the babies and kids talent agent. So I like lived at my agency when I was little.
Wow. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. Whose idea was it to take you to the casting? Your mom?
My mom.
Or were you like listening to the radio and be like, Mom, I want to do that?
No, I had no idea what was going on. I just knew there was like food involved.
Your mom was like, hey, we're going to go do a thing. Just follow along?
I don't even think she told me. We just went.
Wow.
I just stood in line and they told me what to do and I did it and then I booked it.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on. But it was super. The guy was funny. I remember I was laughing at him and shoving crackers in his mouth.
I wonder if that commercial's on YouTube.
It is. I actually tried to find it, and I've posted it on my old Facebook page, like my public one. And I've tried to find it because I've posted it before, but I can't find it. It would take me like 3 hours to try to find it.
Wow.
I'll find it and send it to you so you can see it. I'm in there for like a split second. Legit, a split. I was just like shoving crackers in a guy's mouth. I had like this ugly mullet haircut, and then I just went, and then that was it.
Wow.
It was during the 1989 Rose Bowl parade, so it aired the next year.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
First gig, national commercial.
Yes.
Where do you go from there?
I did some commercials that aired in other states, like a Taco Tico commercial, which is, I guess, like a Taco Bell. And then I remember I auditioned for the Mary Kay documentary to be Mary Kay, and they ended up not doing it or something. So I had booked it, but they didn't end up doing it. Something happened.
Like the kid version of Mary Kay?
Yeah, like her biopic or whatever. And I had a dress made, and everybody, like my family made dresses and stuff, like poodle skirts, and they made this pink dress, and I ended up doing a photo shoot and ended up in my portfolio. And then like photographers would fly in and book me to do their books, like to be in their books.
And you were still a little kid at this time?
Yeah, I was like 12.
And you got paid for all that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got paid to jump on a trampoline a lot because I did gymnastics and cheerleading and stuff like that. So I was on Jump King trampoline, and that was really interesting because little scandalous, because I ended up doing the job, and something about the agent signed the paperwork. I didn't get the money for it, but we were walking through the store, and my family saw me on the boxes and on like 18-wheelers driving down the highway.
Get out of here.
And they were like, what
wow.
Are you serious? What is happening? So it was a huge blow up, and then the agency ended up closing, and apparently they were doing that, like stealing money from talent and stuff and like signing contracts, and it was kind of bad. You know, that agency used to be above Breadwinners.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't realize that until a couple years ago.
The one that you worked at as a kid, mm-hmm. That agency? Wow. Yeah,
and they used to have all the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders signed, so I would see the talent going in and out doing their photo shoots and getting ready for auditions and dropping off their headshots and their like portfolios, and models traveling in and out of town, and it was really cool. So all that stuff is normal to me. That whole hustle and, you know, doing photo shoots and having a public life, that's totally normal to me.
Yeah, and you stayed with that for a long time.
Yeah, I took a little break when I was a teenager, did a pageant, and I was like, I don't really want to do this. I want to go to college. Ended up going to school for meteorology because I love the weather. I used to chase tornadoes.
Nice. That's good. That's an easy thing to do here in this area.
I know, and it's really bad to say, but I get really excited when the weather starts getting bad.
Yeah.
I get super hyped. Like I open all the windows and I open the doors and I'm like, bring it on.
Yeah.
Give me all the tornadoes. And then it just blows away and I get pissed.
Yeah.
I can't get mad because there's no tornadoes, but then I get mad because I love the tornadoes.
Yeah.
But it's bad to love them.
Have you been in a tornado?
Kind of. One went by my house, like right in front of my house. And if you've never experienced that, it is the weirdest feeling. It's hard to explain.
Yeah.
Like the pressure changes and you can feel it. Like you can't hear anything and it's really loud. And especially when the alarms don't go off and you just hear stuff just flying up against your house and you're like, what is that? I remember I had to picked my daughter up out of bed, like threw her over my shoulder in the middle of the night and went and put her in the bathtub. And I was like, just stay here. There's a tornado outside. Like, I didn't even know what was going on. I just woke up and knew that there was a tornado. I just felt the pressure change, and and my phone stopped working, and so I couldn't even check the weather, but I could just hear it outside, and it ended up destroying like half of Forney.
Wow.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of them, but I wasn't near being in one until I was a little bit older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love wild weather.
Me too.
Yeah.
I like watching it on TV. It's just so fascinating.
Severe thunderstorms, when I get that severe thunderstorm warning, I'm like, yes.
I know, me too. I was just seeing that. I had a weather alert on my phone. I was like, ooh, what's that? But it's probably the flood ones. I'm like, I'm sick of those.
The flood one's like, who cares?
Y'all need to quit sending me this. The sun is out. It's
I don't
not
care
flooding.
about your flood warning.
Yeah. No one wants your flood warnings.
Yeah. I didn't like the downpour I had to drive through today to get here.
That's true. Same.
I didn't like that, but I like being in a place I want to be when
Like
there's
home?
severe weather happening. Yeah.
Like in my bed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or standing
Yeah.
on my front porch. Yeah. So when people talk about, oh, you're talking about the weather, I'm like, I'm a nerd. Okay. So don't start talking about the weather because I love it. And we will talk about tornadoes and hurricanes and earthquakes all freaking day. Like my favorite classes in school were the weather classes and learning about erosion and different rocks and how nobody wants to hear about that. So, but I went to school for meteorology and then I got really sick and I ended up like within 2 weeks I had to quit school because I had missed so much school and I was like going to the doctor trying to figure out what was wrong with me. And then after a couple of weeks, I found out I was pregnant. I was like, oh,
That's what was wrong with you?
that's why I'm dying and my hair is turning green. That's weird. Yeah, so then I found out I was pregnant, and so I had to drop my classes because I'd missed so much, and then just ended up being a mom, which is super weird. That time in my life when that happened, someone just messaged me on Facebook that I used to work with when I was like 18. It was very random. Like, I could read you the message, but it's really long. But it's weird that when your past starts coming back to you.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
Yeah.
Like
it is.
high school friends and friends from my 20s, from when I was married. It's very weird.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, it's familiar, and it's interesting how people can be your friends and you don't really talk to them or see them or anything, and then they come back around and it's like, hey, we're friends. You know, you've just been friends this whole time, and it never went away.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got some friends like that are like, we lost contact or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sitting way back off of this microphone. I was like so relaxed back here just listening to you talk.
Oh my gosh. I hate my voice. Don't listen to my voice.
But yeah, I've got friends like that where, and like one of my best friends in the world, her and I were close for a while, and then we lost contact. We've been friends for like 12 years or more.
Yeah.
But a big piece of that, we lost contact, and then we found each other through the miracle of Facebook, or actually it was MySpace back then.
Oh my God, MySpace.
Yeah. And then it was like, oh, hey, wow, it's you,
Yeah,
where have you been?
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're always there.
Yeah. And it's
Yeah.
like, wow. And now we're tight,
Yeah.
But
That's good.
then you have those that are like, they come back around and you're like, no, there's a reason.
There's a reason why I blocked you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. Like we're on totally different paths, bro.
We're still on different levels.
Yeah.
Don't talk to me.
Yeah, you were
Lots of those.
bad influence on me.
Right?
Yeah. Or they were, it's people that are like haters that
That
just,
still try to act like they're your friend.
they're your friend, but they hate everything you do. And they just want to tell you like, why are you doing that? Don't do that. That's not going to work.
My gosh.
Why are you like
yes.
that?
The toxic people.
Yeah. And you're like, what? Why are you even here? You hate everything about me.
You hate me. You love to hate me. Yeah. I have friends that ask me what to do about people like that. Because I'm notorious for cutting people out of my life.
You got to.
Yeah, if it's like snip, snip, bitch,
Yeah.
like get out.
Yeah.
Not a problem. Like
No.
you obviously don't want to be here, so you need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get that kind of like that level of confidence in my decision making ability.
Yeah,
you know? 'Cause
it's
there's
hard.
a level of confidence about that where you're like, hey, I don't need this in my life.
Yeah.
But then there's that little part of your brain that's like,
It's like maybe
I don't like being mean to them, or what if I do need them?
I'm
and
too nice.
What if they're right and I'm the one that's fucked
What
up?
if it's me?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's where therapy helps a lot.
Yeah.
This is like a therapy session.
This is a lot like therapy.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It's good to talk about random stuff because it's the things that are going on in your brain all the time that can make you crazy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you dropped out of meteorology school because you were pregnant.
Yeah, because I got sick and then I ended up having my little jujube.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had her. She was 2.5 months early and weighed like 2 pounds and 15 ounces, and she
Wow.
had grade 3 brain bleed, and she had jaundice and low iron and all kinds of stuff. And she was in there for 2 months. So I lived at the hospital. I was like 21 when most people are out learning how to club. I was at the hospital touching my daughter through the little incubator because I could only touch her with like my finger. I just touch her with my finger, and she was so cute and tiny, and just she even like if you know her now, if you knew her when she was a baby, she's the same. Like this little spitfire. Just
I haven't had much opportunity
crazy.
to be around her, so I can't say I know her, but I do watch her YouTube videos.
Oh my God, yes. My daughter's on YouTube. It's Autumn Break because she wants to be a little makeup artist. She's wanted to do that since she was 3, believe it or not. Like she's been wanting
good.
to do makeup.
Like that video that y'all did together where she did your makeup for when you were going out.
I made her do that. I was like, come on, you're going to do this video. And she, why are you recording this, Mom? I was like, come on, get out of here. We're going to do this video. And then she was like, I'm so glad we did that.
Yeah, it was a really good video. It
you.
was fun to watch.
She is adorable.
But I was so impressed with her knowledge base and her skills. Like she was
Yes.
It sounded to me like she was teaching you things like
She does all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were at Ulta the other day. I spent way too much time and money. But we were at Ulta, and she told me to get this Tarte tape or something because I saw that it covered really dark circles in it. And I was like, ooh, what's this? And she goes, oh my gosh, Mom. Yeah, okay, we're going to go over here because we need to test your color. And I think I was on the phone or something ordering food. Okay. And I've got my hand out, and she's like doing all this on my hand. And she's like, okay, we're going to get this one. And I was like, whatever. She does all of it. And then she helped me do contouring for the first time. I don't do crap with my face. Okay. I just put it on, and then we get out the door.
yeah.
I'm like a 10-minute get ready girl. I don't, unless I'm curling my hair, that takes like, got to wash it, curl it. It takes like 2 hours. So she taught me how to do the arrows on my head and put the line down my nose. And I was like, this is why we look like deer sometimes because it's just like weird lines on our face. But it was nice, and it's really hard to get off. And she's a makeup little genius. Like she watches those YouTube videos all the time. Actually got her tickets to see her favorite makeup artist influencer, which is James Charles.
Oh yeah.
She has the palette. We got the meet and greet tickets. And of course I had to buy myself a ticket so she's not in there running around by herself. So now I have to go see James Charles, but he's adorable. So I don't mind it. He's so funny, and she's going to love it. So I'm going to like be taking pictures
That's
from way
awesome.
over here from the section right next to her. So, yeah, she's a ton of fun. And I spent a lot of time with her because I was a stay-at-home mom. I used to dress her up in little baby doll clothes and like set her up in all the stuffed animals and take pictures of her. I was that mom.
So did you ever like have aspirations of her becoming a model, a child model? Like,
Nope.
Did you ever think like I should get her into modeling? I should get her on TV. That didn't translate that way.
No, I've kind of let her do her thing, and just she'll ask me questions. Like her whole life, she's asked me questions, and I'm like, "What do you think about that?" I don't ever try to put anything into her mind about who she wants to be and who she is. I'll let her kind of decide that and just ask me questions, and I'm very real with her I'm just very honest. And if I don't know something, I'll tell her I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's figure that out because I don't even know.
Did you feel like when you were a kid and you were doing all that modeling and TV stuff, was that your thing, or were you doing somebody else's thing?
My mom made us do it.
Okay.
Because I was told through the family grapevine at one point that she wanted to do it and my grandmother wouldn't let her, but her sisters were doing it. So that's why she made my brother and I do acting and modeling. She was very much a stage mom. So she was the person behind all the cameras like, you better do. You know, like silently yelling at us if we weren't. And I was so introverted I'm a weird introvert. I've always been this way. Kind of ambivert, I guess, now. But I like the modeling part of it because I didn't have to talk and I didn't have to memorize anything. I hate memorizing stuff. So the pictures and stuff were fun. I got to do makeup and dress up. But then the acting part, I didn't want to do that. So my brother did a lot of that. So if there was ever any acting or I had to be on camera and talk, and I would cry. I never wanted to do it. She would get so mad at me. And then I remember the last time we were doing an audition, and I went out to the car and I said, I don't want to do this anymore. And then, of course, my brother's sitting in the back. He's like, yeah, me neither. And I was like, shut up. This is my moment. This is my quitting moment. I was like, you freaking actor. You know, like, me too. I rep actors, so I can say that. She was very pissed because, you know, at the time I didn't realize, you know, how much money it was costing. Now I know how much, because I went through training at Kim Dawson, and that's a lot of money. And then acting classes and pictures and traveling, it's a lot of money. And I didn't realize at the time, but I just knew I didn't like it anymore. It wasn't fun.
Yeah.
It ended up being fun and I really liked it. But I liked that I had that experience. And then once I got older, I can say, you know, these are the things I liked about it. These are the things I didn't like. So now I have more of an idea of what it's like. So I can go back and do it if I want. And that's how I got the talent agency.
Yeah, so good segue because I was just trying to get there. So
like, how did that happen?
Yeah, because you kind of, even when you were a mom already, you were still doing modeling, right? I mean,
yes, and I was in school.
You went back into school after she was born?
Yeah, I had a couple of businesses, and I was married at the time, so I was kind of all over the place being a stay-at-home mom. By the way, anybody who's a stay-at-home mom, bless your heart, because that is not for me. I was losing my mind. It's very lonely. I mean, you're with this little person that can't really talk or communicate, so you're not even a part of society, and you're with them all the time, and you're taking care of them, and which was a lot of fun. I wouldn't take it back for the world, but you do lose a lot of social abilities.
It's not an easy job.
When you're sitting there and a kid's show comes on and you're like, I'm just going to watch this by myself. This is good. Are you going to watch this? No? Okay, I'm good. We'll watch the Upside Down show alone. It's great. I love that show.
Yeah.
Except for Dora. Don't like Dora.
No. Yeah, I found myself, even in the early days when my kids were infants, okay, they're 18 months apart, so they were like babies together, really. But even in those early days, we watched a lot of Baby Einstein.
I love Baby Einstein. Little Einsteins is where it's at.
Yeah, Little Einsteins is funny.
And my little rocket ship.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's how it goes.
But you know, like the Baby Einstein, where it's just like puppets and toys and little like flashy things on the screen or whatever. It's mesmerizing.
It is. And the classical music is amazing.
And there's classical music and stuff. And there was a point in time when, like, I was like, what the fuck just happened here? Because I was sitting on my couch and I looked around and the babies weren't there.
Yeah.
Right? They had been put to bed. The wife was probably putting them to bed or something. I
probably fell asleep with them.
Yeah, it was nap time.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting on the couch. Baby Einstein is rocking on the TV. And I look over and my buddy who had come to hang out was sitting on the couch. And we're both just like
Yeah, we're both just chilling.
dead in this show, watching fucking Baby Einstein. Like, this is some shit right here, boy.
This is the good stuff, right?
Like-
Welcome to my parenting life.
I just looked at him
Yeah.
like, are we really fucking watching this show? And he was like, dude, this is kind of mesmerizing. I'm like, it kind of is.
It's like mind numbing, but also I don't even know how to. Yeah,
I felt like I was
it's very chill.
learning something.
At the same time, yes, it's
like,
so chill. But
why do I like this so much? I'm a grown ass man.
all the colors are so pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, we got to watch some football. There's got to be something else on. What the fuck are we doing?
I'm
Ridiculous.
gonna take a nap. Yeah, so that was mom life. I cried a lot because we didn't have GPS back then, and I would get lost taking Autumn to the doctor in Fort Worth, and I was like 21, so I never knew where I was going. And thank God for GPS now. Like Waze, that
Yeah.
app is my best friend.
Yeah.
When it's not working, I almost have like flashbacks, and it's very,
Panic
very
attacks.
traumatic, very, very traumatic. So I have little panic moments like that. But yeah, once she started getting older and going to school, and then I was like, what am I going to do with my life now? What am I here for? You know, how can I make my daughter proud? And the only thing that kept coming to me was talent were coming to me and asking me for help. That's always been like a consistent
Because
thing.
you had you were known. People knew who you were.
I guess
Right?
maybe
I mean,
a couple thousand people. I don't know.
Well, I don't mean like world famous,
Yeah.
but you've been on a lot of magazine covers. You've been in a lot of different publications. You've been out there.
I know, and that's still hard. I don't really feel like that's me.
Right? Like if you go Google right now, Summer Ayala,
Please, God, don't.
you will find all kinds of.
Actually, I took down a lot of stuff, so it used to be like 35 pages of Google, and it's only like a couple now. So I took care of that. There's still some stuff you might see, but I go back and forth because of the past couple of years, what I've dealt with on being, you know, am I still proud of that person, or I'm trying to have more of a grateful mindset, so I'm trying to not be negative about
What,
you know,
why be negative about what you did though?
because it brought me a lot of pain.
The
in life.
modeling did.
Yeah, because people think that you're a certain way and you're not.
So people make judgments about you because of
Yes.
what you do.
Yeah, because I can take a bomb ass photo, like, so they think I'm a whore.
Yeah.
So I was often underestimated or kept from real life jobs that would pay most of my bills. And
In some of those photos you weren't wearing much.
yeah, which, you know what, to be completely honest with you, now that I look back, I'm like, why did I even wear any clothes? Because I looked amazing. I used to work out 4 hours a day, and I hate clothes. Like, y'all are lucky that we have to wear clothing, because I hate them.
Yeah.
I do
me
my
too.
best to not wear anything restricting. I get claustrophobic.
Right.
So everything I wear is very stretchy.
Yes. Thank God for the stretchy.
Yeah, and I used to work out in like a swimsuit or something because I didn't even want anything touching me. It's very weird. Even when I did my Playboy audition, that was my thing. They were like, what's a weird thing about you? And I was like, I work out naked. And they were like, oh, okay. They're like, that's nice. We've never heard that before.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure they've heard that before.
Yeah, maybe working out. I don't know. I don't know many people that would probably do that. Maybe in their spare time, you know, that's a good hobby.
I don't think I could work out naked.
It's exhilarating.
I'm trying to think of like.
It's very nice. Well, when
Being
you've
on
got all this hair and then you have clothes that you got to constantly tie it up, or if you're wearing something really tight and you get hot
Right.
real easily.
I'll wear like as little as possible when I'm working out, like shorty shorts and a tank top.
Shorty, so you got some booty shorts that you
Not
work
like
out in?
shorty
You got like
shorts.
a sports bra
But
and
I
stuff?
like with my workout shorts, I like to be above my knee, because then if it's below my knee, I feel like I'm having to like pull them up, and
Yes.
it's kind of like in the way. There's too much material.
Yeah, and you have to stop, and then
But not
you're
like
like
shorty,
oh,
you know,
adjusting everything. This is annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I feel you.
okay,
See,
yeah.
but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person.
No,
does it?
No.
That
Not
doesn't
at
mean
all.
people should treat me poorly, right? Or treat me like I'm stupid.
No. So the fact that you would like do something for Playboy or something like that,
Yeah.
like that stuff caused people to
Treat me like
treat
I
you
was
like
a
you're
horrible
just a
person.
stupid person.
I've
She's
even been
dumb.
told that. Yeah, like, well, what? You're just a model. I'm like, I don't even like that word because it's so vague. My vision of a model is completely different than most people.
Because you are one.
No, I don't. I mean, like, yeah, models represent brands and stuff, but I see people calling themselves models and they're not. Like, I couldn't book them. So there are different genres, but my vision of what that is completely different. It's hard to explain.
Okay.
It shouldn't be that hard to explain, but I'm getting my brain back, so just bear with me.
Okay.
This year is completely like I've had to
Yeah.
rewire my brain.
We're
and
getting there.
learn how to talk and learn how to dress and learn how to be me.
Yes, we're getting there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting there.
Before we get there, because what I'm trying to do is I want to paint the picture.
A big ass glittery picture.
Yeah, because you had this kind of
Crazy life.
crazy life
Yeah.
that you rose up from a child through the kind of in a public eye, at least part of you or parts of you.
Yeah.
You know, and then you continue to do modeling.
I also had to quit a couple times because of guys. They couldn't handle it.
Guys you were dating, or
So, yeah, they would make me quit. Which is kind of stupid, isn't it? That's my downfall is dudes. That's why I'm not around them anymore.
yeah, we're going to get
We're
there
gonna
too.
talk
There-
about that.
yeah, this is going to be the longest podcast in the history of the Tamale Mafia, but
I was thinking you'd do part 1 and part 2.
we got to unpack it. I don't know.
no way.
I don't know. I think it just has to go. It has to flow all out. People just have to pause it, go to the bathroom, come back, go to dinner with their family, come back,
Have
listen to this
breakfast,
in your cubicle tomorrow.
drink
Shift.
at a happy hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm trying. Okay. How do you decide? Like, how do you decide to go into the kind of modeling where you're showing off your body, right? Where you're showing more body than you're not like doing TV commercials. You're not doing like
Personality and the way your body is shaped.
So you were proud of your body, or
I mean, I didn't really care.
you felt like
I felt great when I would work out. And then, do you know how Photoshop half of those pictures were? I would be like, ooh, straighten my nose. Ooh, can you like lift my butt a little bit? I don't look like that. Are you kidding me? Some people say I
Right.
do. And I'm like, no, I don't. Because I know it's Photoshop because I watch them do it. You know?
Yeah.
Some of them, they just fix lighting. But I mean, it was me. That was my, a guy I was dating last year had a big issue with this because that was my business though. Like that was me. So I never saw anything weird about it. I just thought it was normal. Because I grew up
Yeah.
in that stuff. Like models walk around naked around me all the time. It's nothing. You can't be modest when you're in that job, even in acting. I didn't do that.
right.
You can't be shy. You can't. But
Yeah.
you have to have boundaries at the same time.
Right. Okay. So that decision you made on your own, because you're talking about guys having problems with that those guys came in after
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
knew what you did,
Thank you.
right? They knew what your job
Yes.
was,
Yes.
and then they came in.
And they
like,
came in, they were
"Oh,
like, oh, since you love me, you shouldn't do that. Like, if you really like me, you shouldn't do that. That's a whole other subject.
summer.
That's also why I've been in therapy.
Summer.
Yeah, like I was going to get the cover of Maxim. They offered it to me, and my husband didn't want me to do it. He said he would leave me and take my daughter. So I quit.
That's when you quit modeling?
I quit when I was married, and then I went back to school, aced all that shit, got 4.0s and 2 degrees. And then, so I was being a mom. Like, I had a little jewelry company at one point, you know, just being a stay-at-home mom. Mm-hmm. And then the talent just kept coming to me and asking me for help. And I was so much better at that. It was just, I felt like that's what I was supposed to be doing. And you know, when you have a kid, like, they give you a purpose, mm-hmm. you know, they make you start questioning your life.
Yeah.
And so, like, why am I here? And I felt like that's what I was supposed to be doing. And it made me so happy, and it was easy. And that was my alarm clock, you know, that passion is your alarm clock.
That was the birth of Meraki?
Yes. So okay. It took me like 4 years to come up with the name too. It took me forever. And so my stepdad, who passed away, he was Greek, and he would speak Greek to me all the time, to my daughter, and like teach us words and stuff. And so Meraki means love, and to do everything with your soul and passion and what you love, you know, to give it your all. And it's all about, I could read the definition, but it was basically what I felt about my work. So I could like take my work and put it as the definition of Meraki, you know? So that's why once I found that, I was like, this is it. This is the one. And then so I just immediately bought it online, started the website, started doing, asking for my recommendation letters to get all the castings. And that took like 3 years, which a lot of people don't know how much work that is, and wow. how much money and how much stalking and harassing that you have to do. It took a long time. And then once I got in, I remember I was laying in my bed, and I got the email at like midnight that I was accepted. And I just started bawling. And of course I was out, you know, now I've been drinking and stuff. And so I got the email. I was like, oh my God, they let me in. I'm so excited. And it was just all the work I had done just came crashing on me. And I was so grateful, and I was shocked. I couldn't believe it because I wasn't expecting it. You know, I just get the little email at like midnight, you know, here's your login information. And I was like, oh my God, I was just so happy. And then that began, you know, sleeping 2 hours a night, traveling, opening an Atlanta office, and being crazy.
It blew up.
It was insane.
Yeah.
It was completely insane. And I've learned a lot, actually, looking back, about it's okay to be selfish with your own needs and what your body needs and what your mind needs. And I was constantly, I was like a people pleaser. So if someone needed something, oh my God, I'm going to help you. Let me help you. You know, I just wanted to help everyone because I knew what it was like to be passionate about something and need somebody to help you and just give you some kind of guidance or support you. And that's what I wanted to do, was to be there for anyone that just wanted to try to be in this industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did it.
And I did it, and I almost died.
Until it burned you out.
Yeah, legit. I got very sick, actually.
Yeah, so what happened?
So one night I got really, really sick, and I like turned green, and I couldn't walk, and like my stomach swelled up really big, and I couldn't drive.
Oh, yeah.
I started having all these problems, and I gained like 20 pounds, and I found out that I was going through perimenopause, and I had hypothyroid. So my body was like shutting down. I had no testosterone, no estrogen, no vitamin D, no iron, no vitamin K, and I was like dying. I couldn't even walk.
Wow.
And my doctor, one of my doctors tried to put me on anxiety medication. And I was like sitting there sweating, and I was green. And he was like, are you having any mood issues? I was like, I literally want to kill you right now. Yes.
Yeah,
like that is my problem. Like, I was just like, oh my God, like I'm going to lose my freaking mind if someone doesn't help me. And then I heard an ad on the radio about this hormone center, and I went, and saw them, and they were like, "You are not crazy." And I just started crying. I was like, "Oh my God, thank you." And I was fine in 2 weeks.
Wow.
Like from dead to totally fine.
When was this? When was this?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was the start of you starting to really pull back?
Yeah, pretty much. Because I was working on vacations. I was working through the night. I was working.
Yeah, I know, because I couldn't even get in contact with you because you were just like.
I was also working,
you were just,
like, I was running the agency and doing paralegal work and just doing, like, casting. I was doing all production. I was doing, like, 4 jobs.
Yeah.
Just to live. Because when you're starting a business, it doesn't pay you.
Right.
You're pouring money into it for years.
Yeah.
Long time. But I was about to be to the point. I had 218 talent, which is a lot, that I was doing, managing all by myself. And they were in other countries, other states. They were all kinds of talent. One of them is like practically a celebrity comedian. One of them was an MMA fighter, or like a UFC fighter. So it was getting pretty intense. And I was supposed to like triple my income, and I was going to be a millionaire in like 5 years. So in like 3 years from now, 3 or 4 years from now, I would have been like this bomb ass millionaire. Yeah.
But it was too much.
Yeah, I kind of went through some stuff at the beginning of last year, and everyone thinks that I closed the business, and I didn't. So I released everyone from their contracts in April of last year, but I kept 5 talent, and no one knows that except for a handful of people. So
and the 3 people that are going to listen to this.
And the 3 people listening to this. Yeah. So last year kind of sucked. I had to let go of my dream for a minute.
Okay. But I'm not clear on why. What was it? Do you not want to talk about it?
I can talk about half of it.
Okay.
So I was on vacation, family vacation, and I was like booking a Lay's commercial, which one of my talent booked or not a commercial, like a Lay's print job. So one of my talent was on a bag of Lay's, the smile.
Yeah.
My talent booked that. And then, I mean, my agency's resume is ridiculous. When I started putting it together, I almost cried. So get back from vacation. My boyfriend of 4 years and I broke up. And then I was really, really sick. A lot of stuff was going on. Like I lost like 10 pounds, and I was like losing my mind with a bunch of things that were going on. And so I went to a friend for help, someone that I had been friends with for like 5 years, and they like assaulted me, tried to attack me, and they are a police officer. So, but we were alone, and so when I went and told investigators about it and people about it, they were like, well, I mean, y'all are friends, and like you were alone, so they just kind of told me I couldn't really do anything about it. Like I could file something, but I was already going through so much stuff that I was like, I can't even deal with this right now. So I had to kind of push that aside. And then for like 3 months, I was dealing with a bunch of crap and going through the breakup, and some stuff happened that's under investigation right now still. I had to file charges in August of last year, so it's still, they're working on like 2 hours a week. So it may be like 10 years
something else.
Yeah, something else. And then somehow I was trying to get work, and after dealing with all of that and trying to like dealing with all the traumas of last year, and I was like, I can't even work, like I can't even, trying to be a mom and trying to pay my bills and be a single mom again, and shut my business down, and because I couldn't even focus on it. And
were your talent freaking out?
Yes.
Like, where are you? I need you.
Some of them were pretty cool about it. I heard that some people were not very happy about it, and which made me very it kind of hurt, you know, because of all the work that I did for everyone, like literally everyone. I practically killed myself for that agency. And then whenever I needed time to myself and to get my life together and deal with things that people don't even know that I was dealing with, and I was like, look, this is my dream. If I'm having to step back from it, I would hope that people would understand what is going on, you know, that if I needed my space. And a lot of people were not happy about it. And then that makes you realize, you know, I was killing myself for this. You know, why? So it made me question a lot of things about what I want for my life. And, you know, like I want to have my agency when I retire. Like that's my goal. But when I'm doing more than what I'm receiving, you know, from it. And just the people that were around me were not... Probably it was like 50% good people, 50% people using me because they thought I was a certain kind of person. You know, they didn't really try to know me. They just wanted to use me for whatever I could give them. And then obviously once I tried to stand up for myself, people don't like being told no.
Yeah.
Or that you can't help them anymore. So there was a lot of, well, what about me? What am I going to do? And I'm like, I'm literally dying over here. And no one cares. So that gave me a lot of perspective. And I was looking for a job and ended up working for someone that ended up being like a psychopath, pathological lying narcissist.
Oh, Lord, I thought the story was going to turn.
No,
It's just
you don't
getting
even know
worse.
all of it. You don't know. This is like 10% of it. I was dating someone that somehow I was still like dead. I didn't even care about anything. I was just like, I gotta work, you know, gotta take care of my kid. Don't really care about anything else. But still, like in the back of my mind, you know, I need to keep my agency afloat. You know, I still need to keep my business going at the same time. So like, I started therapy, like right after I filed the charges because I needed somewhere to kind of get my brain back together. And so if it gives you any perspective, I made exactly half of my income last year than the year before. Like that's how much I was like not working or doing anything. So once I got rid of the narcissistic, abusive, pathological liar that was wasting my time, I was like, what are you even doing? You know, like stole my Swiffer, you know, kind of bullshit. I mean, it was...
Not the fucking Swiffer.
Yeah. Like, they lied about their job, lied about their kid, lied about all of this crap. But I at the same time, I had to be like, none of this... Like, I can take some responsibility for letting these people... All these people that I dealt with last year that I've had so many issues with. Part of... I can take responsibility for some of that, but I can't take responsibility for people being abusive, you know? Like you have to really...
No, not at all. The only thing you can take responsibility for in any of that is that there were things in your life that were allowing you to open up to those people.
Yes, exactly.
That were allowing those people in.
But manipulative people, that's what they do, right? Like you don't know because that's what manipulative people do. Like
there's those certain people are very, very, very talented.
Crafty.
At spotting weak spots.
Yes.
That they know they can manipulate.
And then you don't even know what your own weak spots are.
Right.
So you don't even know yourself.
Right. And so you don't know how to defend it and you don't even see it coming.
Yes.
So they know that they have their little toolbox and they know these certain weaknesses are things that I'm really good at taking advantage of. And that's what they find in people and they go and they fuck them over. And then you're left there like, how did I let that happen?
Like, what just happened? Yeah, it blows my mind. So now I'm basically like a psychology student. All I do is Google, you know, I talk to my therapist about, I'm like, what about this? What about this? So my therapy sessions are very entertaining. I try to stay light about it, though, because trauma will give you a different kind of humor.
Uh-huh.
And I try to just stay positive about everything, too. Like, for a long time, I thought people were going to try to kill me and all this stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I'm better. I have a gun, you know? Like, no one is going to mess with me.
What do you have?
I have a pink revolver.
Okay.
It's like a pink, I think it's called a pink lady or something like that. My stepdad gave it to me and taught me how to shoot it. So I sleep with a pink gun.
Nice.
But I love that thing. I don't understand why people don't have guns. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
If someone breaks into your house, you can shoot them before they kill you, you know?
Yeah.
Don't take that chance.
Yeah. I try to keep my gun when I'm at home between me and the door.
Yes.
So wherever I'm at, whatever
You
room
like sleep here and the gun is like right here.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
if I'm in my studio, my gun is in front of me.
Yes.
You know, I always try
like
to
ready
keep
to
it,
pick up.
Yeah. And if I go to bed, I can't leave it in the studio.
No.
No. It's got to come to the bed with me, and it sleeps right next to me.
Yes. See, you understand.
I
I
do
feel like
understand.
Texans get it.
Some of them, yeah.
I'm like, you shouldn't be here if you don't. We should kick you out of Texas if you don't understand.
A lot of
having a gun.
Californians have moved into Texas, and they're just fucking it all up.
I'm trying to convert them
Yeah.
to being gun owners. No, not really. I don't.
Good
no,
luck.
I'm not.
Good luck taking that on.
I know how to deal with Californians, actually, because of my agency stuff.
I'm sure.
I get it.
Yeah.
I can be persuasive if I'm passionate about something.
So last year was horrible.
Last year was shit.
Yeah. So that's why you went away.
Yeah, and a lot of people have been like, I realized that you went into a hole, and I realized that, you know, I just kind of left you alone. I was like, that's good, because I didn't even know how to talk to people. I didn't even know how to dress. I didn't even know how to think. I didn't even know what I was supposed to be doing. My therapist called it this existential crisis. I had this,
Yeah.
you know, madness and like trying to work and focus on figuring out who you are. When you're like certain forms of control your whole life, you don't really know what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
Right.
I really did like doing that. Really didn't like that. That wasn't me. That was me. Okay, so then you have to kind of like take all these pieces and
Yeah.
like make this new person.
There's a part of me that thinks that the human being is incapable of even reaching that place until you're over the age of 32.
Yes, thank you.
Like,
It's so true.
no matter what kind of traumas you've had or what what your experiences are,
Yeah,
you're living somebody else's life
for a long time.
for a long time.
Unless you're really lucky. I've met a handful of young people that are pretty close.
No, they're going to get to be 32 and realize that they
Somebody else.
were doing it all wrong.
I feel
Yeah.
like every 10 years, you may go through some major changes as a person.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's true. I mean, because it really is like our cells, like completely regenerate every so many years. So
Yeah, like
you
the cells in my face.
literally are a different person.
Yeah.
You know, but along with that, yeah, there's all kinds of cultural influences and experiences and traumas, and everything that happens to you shifts a little piece of you.
Yes.
This way and that way.
I feel like you should always be growing and learning, though. If you're the same person you were when you were in your 20s, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, it was not until I'm 30.
Whatever. I'm about to be 36. Yo.
I'm about to be 39.
Yay. You
And-
definitely don't look 39.
Yeah, 42. Look 42.
No, you don't. You have great skin, and I can say that because
How
I'm
is
very
that-
critical.
How is that possible?
of
I don't do
people.
anything. Nothing. I don't even.
Jeans.
I don't even
You're-
wash it. I got a zit right here that I popped this morning
I can't even see it.
when I was in the shower after I shaved my head.
Typical day.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't think that I knew how to be the decisive person I am today. Where
Right.
I'm going, you know what I want out of my life? This.
Yeah.
And you know what I want to do? This. And you know what
And
I
nothing.
don't want to do? Fucking that. And I'm not going to fucking do that.
I think you just have I don't know. You can be open-minded and have a narrow vision of what you want at the same time. So you kind of, as you're floating along that path, you can say, okay, well, I'll try that or think about that. But I definitely, for sure, know. And that comes with experience,
Yeah.
like you said, and which can only come after time.
Right.
There's just certain things
And that's
you
what I
experience
mean. Like
as you get
after
older.
a certain amount of years,
Yeah.
then it's like you finally figure out, how to be the person you really want to be. And then you start working on it. And then you're like, for the first time in my life, I'm working on something that I'm like me.
Yeah.
You know?
And you can still change your mind too.
And then next thing you know, you're old and you can't do anything.
And you're like, shit.
And then your life is over. And you're like, fuck, it took me half of my lifetime to figure out what I wanted to do.
Yes.
And now that I've got it figured out, I can't fucking do any of it because I'm old and a vegetable.
And my back hurts and my neck hurts and my face is drooping.
Like this past weekend, my son was like, Dad, are you okay? Because I was like, and he's like, are you that sore from our workout? I was like, dude, this is me every morning.
This is just life.
This is how I wake up. Like my shoulders and my ankles are so fucked up from my lifetime that it takes me like 40 minutes just to get them to start moving again.
Yeah, your life starts hitting you again.
Oh, walking out, I get out of bed, I'm like, oh God, I can't walk.
It's like crick, pop.
You know what I do? This is my secret.
What?
I go into the bathroom. Okay, I wake up, I go into the bathroom, I sit down, and I get my hair blow dryer that I still have, even though I have no hair. And I just blow hot air on my feet and ankles.
Oh, wow.
And rotate them. And after about 15 minutes, I can walk normal.
What?
Yeah.
So you're just like thawing out.
I just got to heat them up.
I used to do that. Actually, I heard about a girl that caught her bed on fire doing this. When we were younger, it would be really cold and we would get the blow dryer and put it under the covers to wake up in the morning to thaw out because it was so cold, you know?
I do that too. It's super dangerous.
It is. Well, it'll catch your bed on fire, apparently.
Well, yeah, if you cover it up. Yeah.
Just
You got to be very careful.
I do that. I put it in the towel and just get warm because all this hair, you know, it gets wet and you get cold.
You keep saying all this hair. She's talking about the hair on her head.
Oh, yeah.
Not like she's like furry, a big furry bear
Hey, you never
person.
know. No, I'm really not. Yeah, but this is enough for a horse.
That's a lot of hair.
A legit horse.
It's all yours?
Yes.
There's no extensions in there?
Unfortunately. You know what? A woman in the airport, a freaking TSA agent, argued with me about this. She was scanning my head because she didn't think my hair was real. I was like, what are you doing? And she goes, you don't have any like pins in there or anything? And I said, no. You should have seen, I'm sure my face.
Oh, yeah.
Because my face tells
Summer's
all
truth.
the things.
The truth is on Summer's face, always.
Everything, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah, I hate that part. Like, I'm going to Botox my entire face so no one ever knows what I'm thinking or feeling.
Oh, great segue. Tell me your Botox story.
Oh, my God. Okay, so I saw that one of my friends was a director at a med spa. And so I got a little Botox in my face, like lower face area. And I couldn't talk for 3 days. You know how... I realized it when I got home.
Your lips were dead?
Yes.
Or they were like...
My whole lower mouth, like I couldn't move it. I was like, this can't be normal. So thank God I work at home for a living. Yes. So I practiced by talking to my dog because I couldn't say anything. I couldn't say any words at all, especially S, because I couldn't move. And I was like, I was like, what the? I have to learn how to talk it. Like, I couldn't even move my mouth. So don't get Botox because you can't talk.
Is that your first Botox experience?
Yes. And I hear girls getting it in their 20s. I'm like, why? I need it. Like, you don't need it. Quit being stupid. But it works. It's amazing. I can finally move my face again, and it only deadens.
What does it do? I know
it like deadens the nerve.
Yeah, isn't it like botulism or something they shove in your face?
Oh,
like
I
some
don't know
kind of
what it
a
is.
nerve gas.
I don't
or
ask
something
questions.
You just like do it. Yeah. I don't care what it is, just do it.
Yeah, she was like, "We put a little Botox in there." I was like, "Okay, that sounds good." Whatever.
So you don't have the lines? Is that what it is? So you don't have...
Yeah, this part doesn't wrinkle as bad, and it kind of...
What's wrinkled?
This whole part, all this.
It was wrinkled?
It wrinkles when you move your
Come
face.
on, Summer.
When you talk. And like in pictures and stuff. Trust me.
Smile. It looks normal.
Because I got Botox, Aaron. That's why it looks normal.
So you're telling me before that it was...
It looked like shit.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Photoshop. You know that? All this Photoshop. You know that.
I don't know.
So yeah, that's my fun Botox story. But that I was telling you about? I was trying to think of what else we were going to talk about.
We've said I told you we were going to go off the rails because I didn't. Now I lost it. Where'd it go?
So I just did. My friend Robert Miguel is a DJ, and he asked me to do the Texas Regional Radio Music Awards with him, the Country Music Awards, and that was a ton of fun.
Was it?
I was sweating a lot.
Ew.
Because I was so nervous.
Okay.
Because I used to do this stuff all the time. And so that's why I had to make this list because it made me feel better about knowing what to say and how to think.
How to think?
Because I still don't know how to do that.
You don't know how to think? You forgot how to think?
Sometimes it gets me.
Okay. Let's just run down the list real quick.
Oh, God. Okay.
Summer's list of notes, starting with random shit.
No, please don't read the notes. Don't read all of it.
I'm not going to read it word for word, but I'm going to hit all the points.
Okay.
I mean, she did the work. We should hit
already.
The points, right?
I'm scared already. Don't read.
Okay.
It's so embarrassing. This is still my issue.
The show name makes you hungry.
Yes. Oh my God, I love tamales and tacos and Cinnabon.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an idea. I can't say it on the air
What?
because I'm afraid somebody's going to steal it, but I'll tell you.
You can tell me. I won't steal it. I promise.
I'll tell you afterward.
I'm ethical.
This idea that I have for
Okay.
A new food item.
Okay. I like that.
Hating the sound of your voice. I love the sound of my voice.
I hate it. You love yours, but I
I
hate
do.
mine.
But you know why? It's the same thing that you were talking about with the modeling and stuff. It's because I've been in a microphone since I was like 5 years old, 6 years
Oh,
old.
then, yeah.
I've been listening to my own recorded voice my entire life. So
You have it's very soothing.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I think sometimes when I listen back to it, I sound like I have a mouthful of rocks.
No,
Like
you
spit
don't.
those rocks out
No,
and
you
just be
don't.
clear.
No.
Oh yeah. You're Italian?
I am Sicilian, Italian, and English.
You're from the island.
Yes, I am.
Ooh.
I'm an island queen. I'm hoping somebody is going to tell me at one point that I'm like this mafia princess, and that's why I'm so crazy.
You might be.
I might be. Most of my family's in prison, apparently.
I
I have people that message me on Facebook, and they're like, "Oh my God, are we related?" I was like, "Yes, we are."
You just say yes?
Yes.
I get that all the time, and I'm like, no. They're like, how do you know you? I'm like, no, I don't
You're like, "I don't know you."
know you.
Quit being
The-
creepy.
People with the last name DeLeon, we like apparently fucked half the world
Oh yeah.
because our name is everywhere, all over the islands and South America, and I mean we're everywhere.
Well, if it makes you feel better, you're the only De Leon that I know, and your sister.
Yes,
Yeah, y'all are the only ones. So special. Yeah.
you're the only Ayala that I know.
Well, I'll show you all the ones
And
that
you're the only
my
Summer.
cousins.
The only Summer I know.
Yes. You know, I used to
Summer's coming.
hate my name. I wanted my name to be Felicia, like the girl in General Hospital.
Get out of here, Felicia.
Yeah, I wanted my telemarketing name when I was working at Great Expectations, cold calling people. My name was Felicia. Back before the whole Felicia thing was.
Yeah, that would have changed
Hi,
your
Felicia.
life for sure.
It would have.
You know, like that Key and Peele skit, the substitute teacher, Aaron.
Oh yes,
It changed my life.
it did. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'd never been called Aaron before that, and then
You're
after
like,
that, it was
"What?"
like everybody just said Aaron.
So now that's you.
And then they're like, even now they're like, "Have you seen the?" Yes.
Of course, I had to.
What makes you think I haven't? It's like 10 years old. Yeah, I've seen it.
It makes you angry.
I've seen it. You dumb shit.
Who hasn't?
Oh man, we have so much more to hit. There's a huge list here.
Of what? We talked about all this.
Stuff, did we?
Yep,
Most of it.
we did.
We hit a lot of it.
Yeah. We got it. If anybody has questions, they can email me or find me on Facebook, Summer Ayala, and then my Instagram, Summer K Ayala.
I've noticed that when somebody sends me a text or sends me a message,
Mm-hmm.
"Hey, how you doing?" It makes my whole day.
Aw.
I'm just like, and I've told
They're
them that.
thinking about me.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh, You took time
Yeah.
out of your crazy day.
Yes.
Just to ask me how I was doing. Like, that is amazing. And they're like, just checking on you. Like,
Just saying hi.
random. And I'm like, make a big deal out of it. Like, oh my God, that's like seriously made my day.
Yeah. It changed. As you get
And
older,
so-
you realize what's important.
That is like to me, that's like an invaluable commodity is time.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
We don't have a lot of it.
No. And and if you're going to spend part of it on me, it's like, it means the world to me. You know what I mean?
It's the little things, Aaron.
Yeah.
It's the little things.
It's the little things.
Yes.
That's a really good song by Lim, by the way.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. You got to look it up. I'll send it to you.
Singer,
yeah.
band?
Lim. Limn.
Oh, okay. I was thinking Limb.
Yeah.
Like a tree limb.
No, this is Limn.
Okay.
And it's actually a word. It's an old word that means something, but I don't remember what it means now. It has a definition, like an actual word.
I'm typing. I can hear myself typing. Are you working?
I was trying to find limb.
I just typed it in my notes so I can look it up later.
I was just trying to find the name, what the word means.
Oh.
Oh,
LM.
to depict or describe in painting or words.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, to make a picture in
That's
painting
cool.
or with words.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's very artistic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's, you know who it is too, but I can't tell you. I'll tell you off the air.
I do?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Like the person?
Yeah, but don't say anything.
Okay.
Don't figure it out.
Is this like a marshmallow deal
Don't.
here? Like we don't know who it is?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like being in the
But
know.
I'll tell you who it is after, because I know them personally.
You're so special.
I am. Okay, Summer, we're going to run out of batteries on our recorder, so.
Yay,
it's been
battery
almost-
killer. I killed it.
Yeah, you knocked it out of the park.
Sweet.
I knew it was going to be a long one, and I was super excited about it.
I hope I exceeded your expectations.
You're one of my favorite guests of all time.
Thank you.
So-
I tried.
You will have to be a repeat. You have
Okay.
to come back for sure.
I'll come back. Let's see what the listeners say.
Mm-hmm.
Demand Summer to come back.
They'd be like, can Summer just run this podcast? Fuck Aaron. We're sick of his voice.
No, I have to co-host the radio show again, like 2 or 3 more times.
Really?
Because I was like,
They asked you
they
back?
liked it. What the hell? Are you
You're
serious?
likable. Stop it.
I didn't even know what I was doing,
Yeah.
but now I get to like interview country singers and stuff.
There you
It's
go.
pretty cool. Love
There you
it.
go. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
You're a likable person, so you'll be fine.
We're all likable. Thank you. I
Yes, ma'am.
appreciate those compliments.
Mm-hmm. All right. We've said it all.
All right, I'm gonna bounce and go work
We've said plenty.
some more. And I didn't even say all of it, Aaron.
Well, we said plenty. How about that?
I know.
All right.
All right.
Summer,
I love you,
thank
Aaron.
you.
I'm so proud
I love
of
you, Summer.